Hey guys, welcome. I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin, founder of the Piano Man Approach online piano course, and as well as learningmusicisfun.com. Today we are going to be learning something that I think is kind of useful and fun, which is sort of a fast finger picking rhythm pattern. Kind of replicates some of the things that you might see people doing on guitar in various situations, but it also will help you do a few. There are piano pieces that I've certainly heard over the years in popular music that employ this technique or something very similar to it. So before we get started, just really quickly, shamelessly, if you enjoy free content like this that I do every Friday, this is the Free Lesson Friday. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and share it and leave comments. Let me know what else you might want me to cover in future lessons, all that good stuff. It really does help me beat the algorithm and get my work seen and heard by enough people so that I can make a living and keep making more content. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let me show you what I'm going to be teaching you in this video. Okay, something along this line. There's different ways you can do it. It can be employing chords like I just did, or it can be just single notes. And this is nice because you can do this in any inversion of a chord. So what I'm going to do here is just really quick, I'm going to break down how this is done. And then we're going to show you how to apply it in 3/4 or 6/8, as well as in 4/4 or 2/2 or 2/4 times. Okay, so what you want to do, and we're not going to worry about the left hand at the moment. We're just going to kind of do octaves in the left hand or whatever. But in the right hand, I want you to find a C chord. And for the simplicity of it, let's just go with root inversion. C, E, G. On middle C. Okay? And so the way this is going to work is that you take whatever fingers you're using to voice the chord. Could be 1, 3, 5. Could be 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 3. It really doesn't matter. But whatever fingers you're using. And you're going to play top, thumb, middle, thumb. Top, thumb, middle, thumb. And that's all it is. And the reason that I'm saying I'm not being a stickler about the fingering is, one, some of you are more comfortable fingering, voicing the chord like this with a thumb, ring finger, a thumb, middle finger, pinky. Some of you enjoy using your index and your ring finger, or your index and middle finger, and however you are used to voicing it is fine. It really doesn't matter. And also, if you're playing a different inversion of the chord, you might voice it like this here, but when you go up top, maybe it'll be with your pinky. So it could be your ring finger on top in this inversion, but when you go to first inversion, you'd put your pinky on top. So it's really more important to think of top, and then your thumb will always be the bottom, right? Top, bottom, middle, bottom. Top, thumb, middle, thumb. Top, thumb, middle, thumb. And when you get that up to speed, it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Or if you're counting it in double speed, it can just be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So it can be 8th notes or 16th notes, however you want to feel the tempo. Okay? That's kind of up to you. There's sort of a myth out there, like you say, well, the tempo is the tempo. It's like, well, not necessarily, right? Like, you can feel it however you want. It could be that it's, a lot of people would say it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But you might, in your mind, be able to count it better and feel it better going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I do that. And it's especially important when you're doing like, if I'm doing MIDI work and I'm going to quantize it, sometimes I'll do it in double time so that I never have to quantize things beyond an eighth note, right? And if you don't know what that means, don't worry. You don't have to know what that means for this lesson to make sense. We'll talk about quantizing and technology in another video. So it's really up to you, but 1 E and 2 E and or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, where are some places that you might see this used? Well, I had one student, what spurred me to want to teach this rhythm pattern is I had a student look at a cover video that I made for a Beatles song called For No One. It was like, your day breaks, your mind aches, da 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 da. She doesn't need you. And then it goes to this section where it goes, and in her eyes you see nothing, right? And during that they go into and that's a great place where this suddenly gets used. Da, 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 da. So that goes to a D minor chord, right? And in this case, I just happen to be in, if this is root position, there's first inversion. So I'm in second inversion, but I'm still playing top, bottom, middle, bottom, with whatever fingers I like to use to voice that chord. And then it goes to an A7 chord. And there's two different choices here. You can play the 7th. You could go top. That G is the dominant 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7, and then you flat it. That's your dominant 7. Or you could just play an A chord. It's going to have largely the same effect. Let me just play that slow. Or it's just got this nice effect. In her eyes you see nothing, the sign of love behind the tears. And I'm not here to do a tutorial of that song, but what's happening is that it's just the bass line is going D, D, E, F, D, or D, E, F, E, D, C sharp, D, right? And you're just kind of following that. So during that movement, all I did was keep coming back to my thumb. Right? So it's just kind of a little variation on this, but so isn't that nice? It's just a nice. Now, if you wanted to play it with a chord involved, which you would do, and we're going to practice this on a C chord, take the same concept, but you play the top part of the chord, and then go thumb, and then to the middle, and to the thumb, and then back to the chord. Now, it's largely the same effect that you're getting by playing it in single notes, but it is also, it thickens it up a little bit, and it just gives it a slightly different harmonic flavor. right? So doesn't matter, but it's something that you can practice and just kind of have in your little toolkit so that when it might be interesting to have a fast pick like that, you can reach in and pull it out, right? And something like this can work really nice with like, let's take, say, like Danny's song by Kenny Loggins. People smile and tell me I'm a lucky one. It's just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. It'd be like she and me, just as free as a dove, conceived in love. Sun is gonna shine above, even though we doesn't have to be how you play it. There's other options, but the whole point of this is to give you stuff that you can reach for in situations that might work for it. So a lot of songs that have kind of a fast finger picking thing going on in the guitar, something like this might work really well. You know, Steve Miller has that song. It's like, my grandma, she's 93. She loves the dancing and da-da-da. I don't know, but I've been told that dancing you never get old. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, come down tonight. Dance, 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 dance all night long. So just things like that. Listen for that. Another one this isn't like a big hit song, but I've got a lot of Billy Joel fans that follow me, and this is a great one to use for a song called You're My Home. It's an F, you know. Let me see. When you look into my eyes, you see the crazy gypsy in my soul. It always comes as a surprise. I feel my withered roots begin to grow. I never had a place that I could call my very own. But that's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. So it's really great for stuff like that, especially when you're listening to a song that really there isn't a piano doing it. It's a guitar that's doing it, but here you are on piano, and you're like, well, I want to play it, and I want it to have that little ambiance about it, right? This is a good one for bluegrassy kind of stuff. Like, I'm a big John Denver fan, and so like if I wanted to play Grandma's Featherbed, When I was a little bitty boy just up off the floor, we used to go out to Grandma's house every month in or so. Have chicken pie, country ham, homemade butter on the bread. The best darn thing about Grandma's house is a great big feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. So it's a little bit like a banjo pick, right? So that's a nice way to handle it. These are all things that you can do counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, whatever. So these are 2 or 4 beat applications. You can do this same thing by making a modest adjustment when you're in 3-beat territory, like 3/4 or even 6/8. And what you're going to do there is we extend it just a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So instead of we take this and we extend the thumb, the bottom and middle a little bit. Let's put it up here. 1 and 2. Because now we have to think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. it works nicely whether it's 3/4 or 6/8, because in 6/8 it would just be 1 2 3 2 2 3 1 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 2 and da 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 da, and that's how it would feel. Whereas in 3/4 it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, so where do we see this? Well, one place that we see it is the new Billy Joel song that came out in February, on February 1st of this. I'm filming this in 2024, and it's called Turn the Lights Back On, and it's got a great part. It's like, please open the door, nothing is different, we've been here before. Da 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 da. And then it finally goes, I'm late, but I'm here right now, and I used to be romantic, but somehow. Okay, and that's basically using some, either this or some just minor variation of it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, so I'm on a C chord here. I happen to be in second inversion. So E is on the top, C is in the middle, G on the bottom, but the mechanics all apply like normal. Top, bottom, middle, bottom, middle, bottom. And notice when I went here, this D, this is a D7 chord, right? And I happen to be playing, it happens to have an F sharp bass, right? So now I can choose, I only need 3 of the notes. And this, when you're playing a D7, that's 4 notes. D, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, right? D, F sharp, A, C. I don't need to play all of those in my right hand. So in this case, I'm choosing the other 3 notes than this F sharp that I'm playing down here. That's a voicing choice, but it isn't necessary. You could play the F sharp up here. Or you could just leave the 7 out of it altogether and just play that major triad. So those kinds of things are really kind of your choice. If you want to try and match it perfectly with a record and listen to it a gazillion times to try and find exactly where it was voiced and exactly what inversion, I understand. God bless you. Go for it. I personally, I don't put that kind of time in. I've got more songs to learn. It's, I'm a professional musician, and so and the kinds of gigs that I play reward me for having a big catalog, and I don't have time to make every song absolutely perfect, just an absolute perfect replica, because I need to have 500 or 600 songs to draw from in a gig, and to be ready to do something that sounds good, some kind of a good version. So everybody has their own mechanics that are, their own situations that play into this. And you may want to be more precise about copying a song, and that's perfectly fine. But when you know tools like this, you're going to be so close that you really don't have to worry about, am I on exactly the right, inversion of the chord? Am I voicing it in exactly the right place on the piano? You're just going to be so close that almost no one would notice. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'm late, but I'm here right now, and I used to be romantic. I've forgotten somehow. Time can make you blind. Okay? Same rules apply if you want to put a little chord in there. start with a chord, bottom, middle, bottom. By the way, that's what I love about this particular method of playing of chords and rhythm patterns rather than, you know, like reading notes on the page, is that it gets you so close so fast. You know, it gets you sounding so authentic so quickly that, you know, you don't have to be quite so precise and you're already enjoying playing the song and sounding really good just because you had this tool in your toolbox that literally you can apply to hundreds of other songs. So it's a transferable skill, and I love that. This would work nicely on something like Annie's song, but John Denver again. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains. I'm not going to try and sing that high right now. My voice is totally not warmed up. But the point is, it's just got that nice feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 So that's just a couple of ideas of where you can use these techniques. There's a lot of songs. Just be listening for anything that goes into that kind of fast picking feel. Could be that you hear a piano doing it, and they're probably doing this technique or something very, very similar. Or it could also very well be that you're hearing a guitar do it, and you just want to be able to kind of replicate it with some authenticity. And this is a great way to do it. So a lot of fun, very thick, and when you get your fingers trained and the muscle memory down, it's really, really gratifying to play this because it makes such a big, beautiful, flowing, elegant sound. And you know, when you're in the middle of sound like that, when you're at the core of it and it's like emanating from you, I don't think there's a better feeling in the entire world. It's like you're just in this like vortex of joy, right in the middle of it, and you can feel that beautiful sound just coming right up from within you in a way. And this is one of those rhythm patterns that really, really delivers it. So anyway, I hope that this has been useful, because my entire objective with these is to give you something you can take and actually apply to the music that you love. So please leave comments. Let me know not only how you feel about this video, but what maybe you'd like to learn about in the future. What other topics can we cover? What songs might we do demonstration videos for, where we show how to take all these tools that I teach you and turn them into actual music? So I'm very eager to hear from you on that, and I really appreciate you stopping by, and I really hope it's been valuable for you. Please visit pianomanapproach.com. I have links down in the description there. I've got free goodies for you over there, and you can join my mailing list and get notified about all of the free content I put out, both performance and educational, every single week, and get linked right to it so that you don't have to search this ocean of content on YouTube to find it. So thank you very, very much. And remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. I will see you on the next video, gang. Bye-bye.